family. It's Pastor Phil coming to you with some important information regarding our reopening and our relaunch of corporate worship scheduled for June the 7th. So excited at the prospect of being able to get back together and worship again in our sanctuary. As you can see, I'm sitting in the sanctuary right now. I'm looking forward so much to being able to join together again with you and your family for corporate worship on June the 7th. We'll be offering two services that day, 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And I encourage you to choose whichever one works best for your family. We're offering the 9 o'clock service in particular with our immunocompromised as well as our senior adult members in mind. You'll be the first one in the building after we have had it professionally sanitized and cleansed on Friday and Saturday. So that might work the best for you if you fall into one of those groups. Again, we are doing everything that we can and everything that is possible for us to create a safe environment for you and your family, as well as watching out for the well-being of the safety and the well-being of our community. We are making every decision and taking every step that we can to do all of those things. When you enter into our sanctuary, you'll be greeted by our ushers and greeters that will be stationed at both entrances. They'll greet you instead of with a handshake and a hug, with a wave, and they'll offer you also a squirt of hand sanitizer when you come into our facility. We have entrances that will be available in our west parking lot as well as through our connector building. When you come in one of those entrances, you will notice that we have one-way traffic only into our sanctuary. When you come into the sanctuary, you will notice that we have seating available that is going to help us with social distancing in our sanctuary. We are doing our very best to observe all of the guidelines that have been placed upon us by the CDC as well as the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. So when you come into our sanctuary, we are asking you to help us by sitting in family groups. You will then have access to our restroom facilities that will be manned by attendants that will permit no more than 3 into the restroom at a time. We will have available hand sanitizers as well as tissues that you can use to open the doors and close the doors. We will not have Landmark Kids or nursery available during our service times. In order to facilitate family ministry, we will have a Kids Blast segment during our 11 o'clock service that will be 10 to 15 minutes of worship and ministry that will be led by our children's pastor, Pastor Luke. We have available seating for our families if you would rather be seated in our children's church facility. There you'll find tables that will be reserved seating as well as activities upon the tables for your family. If you are interested in that reserved seating, we will ask you to contact Pastor Luke and reserve a table for your family. The service will be live streamed into our children's church facility, and you can partake of the ministry and the service at that location. At the conclusion of our service, we will be dismissed by row. On your way out of the sanctuary, you will notice that there are receptacles provided for you to worship in giving with your tithes and offerings as you exit the sanctuary. On your way out of the sanctuary, the exit will be through our main foyer exit. And then you can go to either the west parking lot or the parking lot by the older part of our facility. Either way, we simply want you to know that we are looking forward to joining together with you once again for corporate worship. As always, if you feel unsafe or you fall into one of the categories defined by the CDC as at risk, those with predisposed conditions, those with pre-existing conditions, or our senior adults. If you feel unsafe joining us for our in-house worship, we will maintain our online campus as well. Our online campus, available via Facebook or our website, will be available to you to join us for worship. We look forward to seeing you and your family. We look forward to joining you once again for corporate worship here in our sanctuary. It's going to be an amazing day on the 7th. We're looking forward to liberty and worship. We're looking forward to the presence of God. We're looking forward to the power of God changing your life. God bless you. Have an incredible day today.